to hit somebody, whacked that volley in.
What he's absolutely sure is that it's his goal. What's interesting to me is immediately not one Girona hand went up. It's clear the refereeing team have made the right decision.
It's a brilliantly struck corner.
Alba's shot is going to come off. Yeah.
Well, that's got to go down as an own goal. That's nowhere near on target from Jordi Alba.
It's his goal. That is the absolute key thing. It's whether or not it's on target initially. And it definitely is not.
You can only feel for Gorka, I thought.
Does it come off Espinosa?
I'm not sure if it was Espinosa or not. Either way, Messi and Alba absolutely delighted. It looked as though Messi had overhit it. They're giving it to Adai.
Definitely is not.
But it was a brilliant set piece.
You should take goals, sometimes you get luck. We talked about Zidane's policy at Real Madrid in the training ground, saying to his players, shoot, shoot, shoot. Get better at it, you will test a goalkeeper. Sometimes you'll get deflections. Barcelona got the luck there, but it's your analogy with Deco, so you make your luck.
Yeah. Well, we saw that Zidane plan in action against Alaves earlier today. Here's Aleix Fidal trying to get the cross in. It's blocked by Juanpic, Sergio Roberto. And he turned. Rakitic, good interception from Douglas Luiz. Yeah. Well, we saw that Zidane plan in action against Alaves wide. Here's Aleix Fidal. And that's a chase for Porto, and a chase for Jordi Alba.
That was a race.
Football Club Barcelona, two sprinters there.
Alba's one of the fastest in Spain, and although I've seen Pons thinking fast and technically very able, I truthfully didn't know.
Pons wide. And that's a chase for Porto, and a chase for Jordi Alba. That was a race. Football Club Barcelona, 10 or 15 minutes is going to be really important, you suspect.
Although I've seen
Samuel Umtiti for Football Club Barcelona. Back to Ter Stegen. He's already been called upon.
Girona using that blanket defence that so many coaches love now to stop an easy ball from Stegen and to put the pressure on the Germans, saying, can you pass our blanket pressure?
Suarez goes down, play on, says the referee. The ball comes to Andres Iniesta. The next 10 or 15 minutes is going to be really important, you suspect. Mascherano. Samuel Umtiti for Football Club Barcelona. Suarez, back to Mascherano, now Vidal. The flag up.
You know, Messi's pointing and bending his run. It's just that I don't even think it's that he goes too soon. He just thinks more quickly than
Suarez goes down, play on, says the referee. The ball comes to Andres
anybody else, because he does what strikers do. You can see he's bent his run in and he's coming out, and it's by a quarter of a metre, and that's because nobody thinks he's as low as Messi does.
Gorka and I thought to take it, sending it deep, looking for the head of Valunga. Sergio Roberto unhurriedly plays it back to Mascherano, now Umtiti. 5 offsides already for Football Club Barcelona.
And that's because nobody thinks as quickly as Leo Messi does.
Gorka and I thought to take it. It's Paulinho sending it deep, looking for the head of Valunga. Messi. He was quick to see or to be aware of the run from Suarez there. Alunga bursting through the middle. It's the Brazilian, but played back to Ter Stegen before Luiz could get on the end of it.
So good by Sergio Roberto. You have to remember, doesn't really want to be at right back. Feels that he's a midfielder. Was kind of promised in the summer if he would stay that he wouldn't be playing right back anymore. But Semedo now, I think, established but rested for the. You know, he goes back to where he made his name, Portuguese football in midweek. Champions League.
Suarez. Good work from Espinosa, but he nearly gave it away.
Was kind of promised in the summer if he would stay that he wouldn't be playing.
Umtiti struggling.
Semedo now, I think, established but rested for the. You know, he goes back.
Here's Alunga. And Mascherano getting a foot in. Barcelona nearly caught flat-footed there. Ter Stegen happy to collect the ball.
A little bit of kudos to Rakitic, who's picking the ball up right now, effectively doing the Busquets role, and he was exactly where you always see Busquets if a ball breaks around the edge of the box, picking it up, ready to recycle.
Rakitic now.
Barcelona nearly caught flat-footed there.
Again, that line you were talking about, Graham, making it hard for Rakitic to see a pass.
And asking him to risk one, Simon, so that because his passing is very, very good. You make a mistake here, you mispass it, it's back on you immediately, and there are high numbers of bodies in red and white up the top of the field to take advantage. That's the hypothesis.
To see a pass.
Well, Girona, as we get near to the halfway mark of this first period in Montilivi, find themselves down as Romeo sends that one down the line. But I think Machin won't be too unhappy with the performance they're putting in. Here's Rakitic.
Well, Girona, as we get near to the halfway mark of this first period in Montilivi,
being carried all the while by Maffeo, and that is the card you were mentioning just a few minutes ago.
One of the newer, harder-nosed referees, Sanchez Martinez, and while he started his career in the Primera with a man-management problem, overly stern, getting mixed up and losing his temper when players would badmouth him, now what we see, and after months, is he's strict, he's quick, and he gets things right, and even giving them 3-4 tugs at Messi, and passing the responsibility around in the hope that, well, it wasn't me the last time, he's done just absolutely right, Sanchez Martinez.
Free kick taken, Samuel and Titi. Messi
gets things right, and even giving them 3-4 tugs at
Paulinho didn't quite come off from Titi again.
In the hope that, well, it wasn't me the last time. He's done absolutely right, Sanchez Martinez. Free kick taken, Samuel and Titi. Messi.
In comes the cross.
Trying to combine with
half dealt with.
Didn't quite come off from Titi
they get it away. A throw in for Football Club Barcelona.
Mascherano.
Sergio Roberto to take it.
Vidal. In comes the cross. Half dealt with. And they get it away. A throw in.
Mascherano. Plenty of space for him. Sergio Roberto.
Sergio Roberto to take it. Vidal. Twisting and turning. Can't see a way through. Plays it back to Mascherano. From Titi.
Just what, about an hour and 20 minutes up the road from Barcelona, and when Machin arrived, everybody told him, listen, you come to a sleepy town where everybody loves Madrid or Barcelona. And Spain, in fact, Madrid and Barcelona often turn up, and in the smaller towns, the fans change sides for that one visit and say, well, I'm actually a Barca or Madrid fan. So when the little chant of Barca breaks out there.
Simon, because you and I know that this stadium is just, what, about an hour and 20 minutes up the road from Barcelona, and when Machin arrived, everybody told him, listen, you've come to a sleepy town where everybody loves Madrid or Barcelona. And all around Spain, in fact, Madrid and Barcelona often turn up, and in the smaller towns,
and they're determined to extend their stay for as long as possible. As you said, they've got off to a decent start. They're proving a team that's hard to beat. Picked up a valuable point in Butake midweek against Leganés.
First time they've ever made it to the Spanish top flight.
Well, as you said, if they could guarantee a few more goals, well, they'd probably be all right.
2-2 draw with Atleti. A missed penalty in the 90th minute against Sevilla for a 1-1 draw.
That's hard to beat.
These things tell you that even though the players are cobbled together because the squad doesn't have a huge budget, some of the players arrive very late because of the nature of the developing relationship with Manchester City, and Machin hasn't yet had the coaching time, the teaching time on the training ground that will, I hope, by the mid-season make Girona still harder to beat, by which time maybe Olunga, maybe Coyote, maybe Stoani are scoring more goals.
Well, Machin has had time to train them in the offside trap. That's 6 times they've caught Barcelona offside in these opening 25 minutes.
That will, I hope, by the mid-season make Girona still harder to beat.
Cross blocks by Jordi Alba, collected by Titi. Suarez gives up the race. This is Pablo Maffeo.
Offside trap. That's 6 times they've caught Barcelona offside in these opening 25 minutes. Cross blocks by Jordi Alba, collected by Titi.
Paulinho. But Douglas Luiz, youngster, I think is the prime example of what Pep Guardiola said about his youth team. They're very, very good, but they're not competitive. That's why he's been sent here. And Machina's allowed him to float around. He's not playing as a 10, but in that gap between Barcelona's midfield and defence, pressing, hunting, but looking to be given the ball in space to shoot like he did when he tested Ter Stegen.
Mascherano. Umtiti. Jordi Alba. Messi goes down. Luis goes down and wins a free kick for the challenge from Paulinho.
Both decisions right.
Yep.
Messi was complaining that he was crowded out and wanted to buy a foul that wasn't his.
Quickly taken. No question that was a foul. And yeah, you're absolutely right. Leo Messi, plenty of red and white shirts around him.
Kudos to Sanchez Martinez. There are some referees, let's be honest, they're all human beings. When Messi goes down, they just think, well, is it probably he's been clipped? Not this ref.
All the way back to Gorka, who sends it once more deep into the Barca half. Controlled by Olunga. And that's a great challenge from Andres Iniesta. Seems to be a certain amount of steel in Andres Iniesta's football this season.
He's playing about 5 times the amount of it as he did in the last season under Lucho. And you know that even at 33, that's his obsession. Not earning more, playing, enjoying, leading as captain, and hopefully winning trophies.
Jordi Alba is Rakitic over the top. Suarez, Messi rather, and once again the offside flag is up, and Messi, well, you can see his reaction, and Rakitic agrees.
It's give me it quicker, and to be honest, that was prehistorically slow.
Yeah,
I think it may be that Messi needs to look and say, okay, it's not Busquets, this is not his usual role, but the fury was never at the assistant referee. That's always, because we've seen it a couple of times now, he wants the ball released when people think as quickly as he does, and
that's difficult.
That might need sharing of DNA.
Gorka sending it long again, finding the head of Olunga once more. Andres Iniesta on the ball. Picks out Suarez. Sergio Roberto. Vidal outside him. Oh, that's clever between the two of them. Sergio Roberto in the box, trying to cut it back for Messi. Brilliantly intercepted by Adai. Just for a moment there was more clarity in the Barca attack there down the right flank, and funnily enough it came between the combination of Sergio Roberto and Aleix Vidal.
I would swear to you that's kudos to Machin. He has told them when there's a wide player in the box, they will look, they will cut the ball to Messi, and I think Adai did absolutely superbly, but I suspect they've been briefed. You know, don't look for the shot, look for the cutback.
Rakitic, Sergio Roberto, inside to Paulinho. Sergio Roberto again. Aleix Vidal. Barcelona enjoying a lot of the possession, but not too much of it in the final third. Stretch for Iniesta, he finds Mascherano. Messi lurking, roaming right behind the 3 players who were combining there. Here's Vidal, and it's got away. This is Luis.
Yeah, a little bit little. Luis is
causing problems,
hunting the ball, running with the ball, and drawing fouls. And for a young man who's still 19 on loan from Manchester City, I think what we're seeing is the flowering of self-belief, because the ability is clearly there, the pace is there. He's the #1 danger man right now.